Yeah. And then Meryl's basically like, listen, I'm really sorry about everything that happened. LOL, can you, if you want to like talk to Cecil again, just, let me know. I got you. And then we, Nico, Oric, and Meryl all head out to go to the Sacred Horn, which is apparently like the cultist hideout. I didn't put that together, but Tovar stays behind, and we go. This is where we cut to another person, right? We see like Delphine. We meet them. They're at the like abandoned church that everyone met Meryl at. And they're looking for the egg. And they're like talking to their person. And they're headed to Drenthon. So we cut back to us going to the Sacred Horn. Meryl is really bad at charming people and finding out information, but eventually we learn that there is a secret room that leads into like a bar area where all these cultists are. So we go in, we're gonna go charm them, maybe learn some information, a real diplomatic mission,
Of course, there was no plan for any fighting.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all. We cut to Delphine.
One party? Yeah.
We cut to Delphine on the roof of the bar. And they are ready. They are ready to kick some cultists' butt. So they do that. They do exactly that. They come in, they start fighting. We all start fighting. Big fighting happens. We uncover a secret door. Delphine goes down. Meryl goes down. A big bad guy is there, like the cult leader. And then he teleports upstairs, and he's like, "Everybody stop!" And he teleports Meryl and Delphine up there, and we try really hard to convince him to let us go, but he doesn't do so until Meryl makes a gentleman's agreement with him, which is like semi-siding her soul, but like not really, Thanks to Delphine, BTW. We cut to Tovar. He's back at the house. He's like, man, people are, they're taking a really long time. But Empyreon talks to him, gives him a key to the secret library, so he starts to learn some information. Everybody walks out of the bar. We give introductions. Things do not go well. Delphine isn't very nice, but that's okay.
That's the most polite description ever.
Yeah, so they don't want to come back to the house. The party doesn't want them to come back either. So we agree to meet Delphine in the morning at the inn that they're staying at. So we go back, and it's revealed that Meryl is a changeling. Their name is actually Moors, big shock. So we get through that, and then Oric leaves, goes to confront Delphine. He does some like really creepy, like Oric's mad, don't want to fuck with him, kind of stuff. And then that's, I think, where we left off.
Yeah. Oric, did you end up going back to bed, or?
Yeah, went back to bed.
Cool. So, before... someone said something?
I just wanted to point out that I don't think Ransom was awake when Meryl revealed herself to be a changeling. So I don't think Ransom knows who Moors is.
No. Yeah, Ransom was still upstairs.
This fucking stranger.
And then also Meryl just came up and was like, hey, do you want to hug? If you ever want to hug Cecil again, let me know. Bye. So...
Yeah. It's the most comforting thing they could offer.
So, it is before we hit the morning. all those of the original survivors, if you could please roll me a wisdom save if you didn't already.
All right. So
Rose,
could
did
I
you guys,
choose to do this at
level up your
disadvantage
character yet?
if I could then do like a check for it with advantage?
I'm gonna be honest, you have passed every single one of these. And so wouldn't know what's another nat one. You've rolled 2 nat ones for this.
All right.
So
All right. So
I
I'll
would
just
say
do it as normal then.
yeah, unless you fail once and can actually work something out, you just wouldn't even know what's up.
And okay, he's still oblivious.
Holy
You're
shit.
too
It's okay.
good. He's
You
too
won't
good
be
at it.
soon because Oric, or something's gonna happen to Oric. I'm sure.
So
We're in fucking trouble.
Rose, I was going to ask, did you pick out level 2 spells for your character? Because Ransom knows level 2 spells now.
He has one. He has Burning Hands, but that's it.
That's a level 1 spell that you can upcast, so you can pick level 2
Well,
spells
yeah.
now.
yeah, you need to be able
Yeah,
to
that's
pick
fine.
them now. Oh, I think. Oh,
I mean, not exactly need to, but they did have the extra spell to learn. So
Yeah, I chose Chromatic Orb, so.
nice.
And Ross, do you want me to keep my 20 that I got last time? Well, I got an 18, but I rolled a nat 20.
Yep, that's totally fine. If you've already rolled it, that's good. Cool. So, you all finally get to bed after what feels like the longest day of your lives. The majority of you will probably collapse through exhaustion or mental strain because it's so tiring. Tovar, even you end up nodding off slightly, even though you can't sleep because you're so exhausted from the ordeal that you went through. Auric, you have already had 2 nights of reoccurring nightmares. These are the same nightmares. You're consistently getting this experience of watching not just your dad, but the people that you love or the people you care about all just being far enough away for you not to be able to save them for one way or another. This night, you fall asleep and feel way more lucid than you would normally. As you wake up, well, you always wake up in the cabin of your childhood, you feel fully in control of your body. You have a look around and everything looks the same, and if you were to touch or feel anything, it all feels the same too. As you continue through the dream, and the dream takes you inevitably to its final point before the owlbear. Well, who are you most thinking? Who would he most be thinking about now in terms of someone that he cares or cared about? Like, what person or thing would be top of Oric's mind, do you think?
Currently, or like in the same vein of back then?
Currently. So this is drawing from almost like what is on Oric's mind as someone he cares about and not being able to save.
Reminded of death, the first person he'd think about would honestly be Cecil.
Does that make sense? As you go outside, you see Cecil looking whole, running, screaming for help, and before you can move, before you can grab a bow, before you can defend, once again you watch your friend fall and be jumped upon by an owlbear. And at that exact moment, this time freezes. And you start to hear 2 very different noises. you hear and start to see sort of, if you're looking out over a clearing in the woods, like the left side of these woods start to lose a bit of color, and you start to hear a slow drum beat, kind of like a war drum, like a really, really quietly. I'm gonna need you to do a charisma saving throw for me.
Those are even worse than the wisdom ones.
Oh, buddy.
You haven't passed a single one of these.
Nope.
Buddy.
Listening to that drum beat, how connected would you say Auric is to his dwarven heritage?
Not very. It wasn't something that was really important to him growing up.
Mhm.
It was just kind of there in the background.
You start to hear these drum beats happening, and you start to feel a sense that you haven't really felt before. You start hearing this drum beat, and you start feeling and seeing, caverns underground. You start feeling the joy of being with your brothers and sisters of the same, they all look the same as you. You start imagining working in a mine. You start imagining like classic dwarven things and feeling almost like you've done this before. And most importantly, like you really, really want to do it again. As you start taking a step towards this dwarven warmth and happiness, you feel another pull from the opposite direction. This one is a much darker, much more painful pull, and as you look, you start to see half of the forest is dead. In the instant you've looked away, the trees, all of the leaves have fallen off. The trees are blackened, and they look like they've had hundreds of years of a incredibly hot wind pelting over them. And as you look through the now desolate forest, you start seeing rolling hills of tundra. You see fire, you see lava, and you hear screams. What does Auric do at that time?
Auric. I mean, Auric's been. Auric would run towards the direction that the screams are probably coming from. People in danger, people needing help. Makes a lot more sense for him.
Give me a charisma save with advantage.
Oh, it's still gonna be bad. Oh, it's a
Hey.
13.
Luckily. As you try to take a step away from the warmth of the dwarven drums, you feel compelled to stay. And only by thinking about helping people, seeing the still frozen image of you unable to help your friend in front of you, you start taking steps towards the screams. In that exact moment, the drums start to fade, and you instantly wake up the next morning with everybody else.
Oh,
Good morning, everybody. We did it. Another day.
Damn,
Hooray.
double homicide.
Tovar's already walking around, holding out his book.
Yeah, so we're up in the mornings. Yeah, how are people treating their mornings for now? Who's up first? What's the plan?
I think Morris is up and they're like in the mirror and they're just like going through different personas and trying to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's how they're spending their early morning.
Okay.
Ross, I had a question.
Yeah.
Could I do something as Cecil, or does he not have the ability to do anything right now at all? Or add flavor for something?
What do you want to add flavor for?
I think that depending on how capable he is, he would probably have continued writing things on his skin, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Probably nothing super legible. Maybe like tally marks indicating time, or probably more scriptures of Ventari's tablet.
Mm-hmm. We can say that he's been doing that wherever he is. Nothing else comes up on Cecil's body.
Turn.
For the rest of you, is there anything anyone would do before heading downstairs for breakfast and meeting?
I would say that Nico, ever since he got downed by that dragon at the tournament, his prosthetic arm has been malfunctioning and he's been trying to repair it to no success.
Cool. Well, you all make your way downstairs. Ransom, where are you? You're sharing, or were initially sharing, a room with the dead body of your twin brother. Did you stay there overnight? Have you been watching over? Did you get your own
Probably.
room?
I'd say Ransom probably stayed.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and is he coming down for breakfast or is he staying up?
I think he'll come down for breakfast. You know, he's taken his day
Yep.
to really cry.
So you all make your way downstairs. As before, you see an incredibly decadent breakfast set out by the unseen servants of Imperium's house. He greets you all, with a somber-looking smile and sort of says, "Well, I hope you all slept well. Big day today. I know you're more than likely going to be heading out and leaving us. I wanted to say a goodbye feast for you all and know that my door is always open. Last night I was thinking about any way that I could help or support, and I don't know where you're going to be going or if it's going to be dangerous, but if you wanted me to care for or keep Cecil's body safe, I'd be more than happy to keep them here in my vault. If you wanted to organize a burial or something like that, I can also take care of it. I have a lot of sway here, so we could probably get something done quickly, but it's up to you, but I want to know that my services are always on offer."
That is
Question.
good to hear.
Yeah, Rose.
Would Ransom know where the Sylvari come from?
Yeah, you would know. You would have spoken and talked and know about the Grove, and would have known about how Sylvari are made, and I'm sure Cecil would have told you plenty of stories. Where they are now, not even Cecil knew, right? A lot of stuff changed, and you still haven't found anything out about that aspect of things post-shattering. So you would know...
At least in terms of original location, one could also assume that we would pick up on that kind of general location because of the mind meld stuff that happened in between.
Yeah, and like it's very Fey in this world, so it's got a very big connection with the Fey Wild. there was never like a solid place in the material plane. It was more like an in between, and then sort of they would arrive in the material plane in sort of random areas. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to like easily find or reach out to. You wouldn't know anyone right now that you could reach out to. I don't think.
Okay.
Thank you, Empyreon. If it's all right with you, do you mind if I leave some armor pieces or sets in your care? You can throw them out if you want. I just can't carry them with me.
By all means, yes. I will take good care of them. Should you need them again, I have plenty of space in my personal armory. I don't find any more.
And Nico will turn to Ransom. So Ransom, what's your call? How do you know how Cecil would have wanted to be buried, or what we should do with the remains?
I think Cecil would want to be returned to the Grove.
Hmm.
That's very
I
fair.
agree that
We
that
don't
might
know
be
where
for
the
the
Grove
best.
is.
Right.
Well, if you're
And we
looking,
can't exactly be lugging a dead body around.
it might be worth speaking to the Lord and Lady Twizzywinks later about this. I know they shared some frustration with the Sylvari. I think there's something happening from their area in the Feywild. They could shed some light on maybe at
That
least
is
someone to
correct.
speak to.
That is correct. Your books did contain some information on there being Sylvari in the Feywilds here.
Yes.
So maybe there's a good chance that that's somewhere that we could bring them. But maybe it would be best that for now we leave it to you, and if possible, we'll simply come back to bring the body over when we're able to get a clear path.
By all means.
But there
You're
is something I would like to share with everyone. He opens up his journal and turns it to a blank page. Would any three of you like to sign your name right here?
I
why?
am
Yeah,
Are
don't worry.
you
After Moore's antics, we're not really prepared for any more surprises.
Why are you?
that weird
we're
thing
not.
that
Am I not trustworthy with you all?
I just
I
I
think we all
signed
just
my
need to know
soul
at the same
yesterday.
time.
I can't really do it today. You know, there's a a waiting period in between.
what do you need the name for?
It's something I spent a good portion of the night setting up.
Is it a good
Up-
thing or a
well,
bad?
I had proposed it as a good utility.
Oracle sign it.
You promise?
Ransom will also sign it.
I'll
I
sign
don't
it.
have a reason to distrust you.
All right, so Auric, Ransom, and Moors.
Also, has Ransom seen Moors yet?
Yeah, Moors,
Ransom
what do
is
you look
really
like?
scared of Moors.
Moore's now looks like they
Bag
have
of
like
pudding.
what?
A bag of pudding.
A bag of pudding. Yeah, you're right. That's it. They I'm so bad at describing people. They have like glasses that they got from their disguise kit. And they have like super pointed ears now, and their hair is no longer red, but it's brown and you know, a little more uh kept, and it's in a braid, and they're wearing completely different clothing. But they still have that scar across their face. That's what they look like.
Ransom is still extremely terrified of Moors.
Does Ransom look outwardly terrified right now?
Yes.
Hmm.
Like cowering in a corner, scared.
Ransom, are you
I don't know if I
okay?
want to do this, but all right. He takes the book back up, flips around, he starts writing in it, and Ransom, you'll start hearing Tovar's voice in your head. This
Ren
will help
confused.
us in the wild. Then Moors will hear in their head. We can speak through long distances.
You're in my head now.
He flips over the book. You're in my head now. It appears on the page.
Are you always in my head? Or like, can you leave sometimes?
As long as your name is in the book, I can send you messages anytime.
Okay, so you're not like constantly there. Okay, I can deal with this.
Like more, say a swear word.
It only works as a response to one of my messages.
Oh man.
You can't just fill it up with abuse.
Well, you could
Yeah.
if you just choose to respond that way.
So you're all in
So
each other's
that is
heads.
his far scribe ability. Pretty much, I get unlimited sending to free people.
Very cool. Okay.
That's cool.
And if
Um,
they're dead, do you know?
Excuse me?
Well, you're saying it's for long distance communication. So say we get split up and one of us dies. Will you be able to find out that?
I believe that would have to come down to if there is a response, but if I know how this, but I do hope that maybe it would allow us to contact each other or through.
It's a sending spell, which means it is across all planes of existence and everywhere.
oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's
powerful.
really cool. Oh, I am tired.
Okay, so
And if Tovar feels like being funny, he can just keep you up all night.
so we have to meet the Fae today.
We also have
And
to
I
collect our
don't-
money.
We have to collect our money, and I don't know if you all remembered, but we promised a very kind person that we would meet them this morning. So I think it would be rude if we didn't do that, because honestly, I think if we didn't, they might find out where we live, and yeah.
It'll be 1 versus 6 of us. Don't think it'll be an issue.
I just think it'd
5.
be better
No,
if we
Gar.
were
And
cordial
Oracle.
and diplomatic, you know.
Yeah, because you're very diplomatic, right?
Gar counts as a person, Tovar. Just
Looks at Nico.
No, what? Come on, let's finish this breakfast and head out.
So you'll finish. So yeah, you've got 2 main. I mean, you can head to the. Imperium lets you know that someone came early morning to deliver a note to say that your winnings are there at the Colosseum. Should you want to pick it up today, that's at any point today. You did say you were going to meet Delphine. So where are you looking at heading?
So in the recap, I was actually confused about this. In the recap, Kate said that we're meeting Delphine in the morning here. So is that the first thing we should do then?
The plan that was agreed, loosely agreed, was that you would meet Delphine at their tavern, which is round the corner from the
There's also the black market. down
Yeah.
where all-
which is in that area. So basically, you have the I think it was the Golden Crown, if I
So-
remember rightly, was the place where the Twizzywinks said they were going to meet you, and that area has got a much that sort of highbrow magical item type place where you could get a few more expensive bits and bobs. And just around the corner is where Delphine is staying.
So I guess run to the Coliseum, run by the Coliseum, get our money there, the Golden Crown, and then Delphine.
Wouldn't
I
we
would
want to
say
get
deal with
the
Delphine.
thing to hold the money before we get the money?
I do agree. Where would we put all our money if we got it now?
Well, we kind of need the money
Morris,
to buy the
I've
stuff.
been carrying like 7 suits of armor for the past week. Do you think holding money is gonna be a problem for me?
Are you gonna hold all our money?
I don't know, man. I don't know how money works.
I say we get our errands done first, and then we get our winnings. But
I think get the worst part of the way and meet up with Delphine first thing, because the sooner she's in our sight, the less worried I am that she'll sneak up on us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
very true.
That is a good idea.
True.
That's what I was going to ask next if you didn't go to them. So, cool. So where are we going first? Are we thinking? What's the vote?
I'm terrified, so I think straight to Delphine. That's my vote.
Delphine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oryx's gonna summon Gar,
Okay.
who is surprisingly quite a bit larger than what he was the night before.
Oh,
Instead of like at his knee, Gar's quite a bit taller than Auric. Wings fully like developed.
has he always been like that?
No,
Maybe
What the-
Gar is a person.
I don't know what's
I
happening.
thought he was a pet.
How did you get him in the first place?
Had a weird dream. Anybody else having weird dreams lately?
Excuse me. Let's stop
I mean,
there.
I don't sleep, so
Did you just say had a weird dream and Gar appeared?
Yeah, long time ago. 10 years ago, apparently. Well, 10 years and like 4 days.
And you've just rolled with it the whole time?
This is a weird place. Weird things happen.
And you've been having dreams now?
you know
Yeah.
what? This is kind of catching Tovar's curiosity. Is there like a? Can I do like an Arcana check on Orc stuff?
More like nightmares than dreams.
Do an arcane
but
check on Gar.
Yeah. How much
That's-
would you describe about your nightmares, Auric?
not at all. Just he's had a nightmare.
You can
It
do
doesn't
it.
seem weird to him.
You can do an Arcana check on Gar if you want.
Why are you touching Gar?
What kind of dog is he?
Doberman.
Yeah, dude's just a dragon. Just a big dragon
Can
now.
Ransom ride Gar now?
Technically, yes. I think so.
Does
Gar,
Ransom
what-
speak Draconic? Can
Gar is
Ransom
gonna
speak to
talk.
Gar?
To Gar and ask him what is going on.
Ransom can talk to Gar.
Tovar can talk to Gar.
I didn't know Gar could
Cecil would have
talk.
talked to Gar.
Yeah, Gar can speak. He speaks. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Let me double check real fast.
He speaks now, or he's always been able to speak?
He's always been able to
Draconic,
speak.
yeah, I think.
He's always been able to speak. It hasn't been anything super important.
Because Ransom was in the dream that Auric had when he got Gar.
Yeah, Ransom was.
Ransom witnessed that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes,
I
Gar can
thought you
speak
were
Draconic.
referring to a dream further back.
Yeah, well, referring to pretty much all of the dreams so far. Because since he's had that dream, it's kind of just been almost nothing but nightmare since then.
I mean, you see a giant black dragon in your dream, and I guess that would kind of fuck you up for a while.
I didn't think much about it. Yeah, giant black dragon. Gar showed up the next day.
Pretty
he'll-
normal
he'll-
stuff. Yes, of course.
Well, things have been moving so
Ransom's gonna
quickly.
stumble onto Gar and just kind of
Honestly.
sit there terrified.
Yeah, Gar can speak Draconic, so and almost like he's not even realizing it. Gar's just Oryx's gonna ask Gar if he has any idea of why he's larger? Almost, yeah. We'll just go with that for now.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking to see if anyone can talk to your dragon, or if it's like just a you thing.
Anybody who speaks Draconic, I think.
Because it
Just, like,
doesn't
speaks-
say anything about it like. It just says it shares your initiative. It doesn't say about like it can talk explicitly. It says you can talk it. I'm gonna make a call, at least for now, when you speak to Gar. Gar speaks in your head. You ask, does he know that he was bigger? And you hear in your head, I have always been this big. I was always meant to be this big, and I'm sure I was always meant to be bigger when I get bigger, and I was meant to be smaller when I was smaller.
Perfect logic for me, honestly.
I wish Tovar knew that he was talking in his head, but because he would kind of just fuck with him at that
Should
point.
have gotten Guard to sign the book. Too late now.
Good, buddy. You feeling alright?
But Oric did sign it, so.
Sorry, are you talking to Gar there?
Yeah, talking to Gar.
Gar looks at you and I feel as I feel. You, on the other hand, feel different today. Is everything good? Is my size the bad thing? I can try and change back.
No, just a couple bad dreams is all. I should tell you about my dad. Good guy.
I would like that. I can
What's
come
bacon?
into your dream next time, if you want.
You can do that?
I don't see why not.
Weird.
Just call me.
You weren't there with the other big dragon, were you?
Big dragon. Big dragon.
Thundercat?
I don't think I've seen a dragon before. What do they look like?
Like you.
He kind of like looks at himself and is like, "Oh, no, I've just seen me."
I love Gar.
I love Gar so much.
Let's see what happens tomorrow night. You want some bacon?
I love
There's
bacon.
here somewhere.
He absolutely devours a stack of bacon before you head out. Cool. So you're heading.
Before we head out, can I ask what everyone's wearing? Are we doing this casual, like just a shopping trip on downtown, or are we
Yeah.
decked out in the nines?
Oric is decked out.
I was gonna say you're gonna go see the creepy murder person.
Yeah.
Morris
Nico's
has a little
tired.
scarf on. They're ready for a nice shopping trip.
Nico's gonna leave his armor and his weapons behind. He feels like this is gonna be a casual day.
All his weapons.
The world has
Yep.
ended.
Okay. Cool.
It's just a trip around town. We'll be fine.
And
I need to be as light as possible to carry all the gold.
We're the guardians. We're now the champions of Drenton because we killed that stupid dragon.
You
No, I don't think that's honest.
you as you walk towards the inn where Delphine is saying, you do see a couple of people stop and sort of point and be like, "Oh, it's the champions," and then someone's like, "You killed our dragon." There's
I didn't.
a fair amount of people that are like supportive, and you get some people that like like some kids that look up wondrously as you all walk past. As
That's right, it's me, the one that landed that killing blow.
As you make your way to and you start to see the tavern that Oric mysteriously knows the exact way to, as you turn the corner, Delphine, what was your morning like?
Woke up really early. Did a perimeter check around the inn to make sure there was not an Oric camping outside. went back inside, had a casual morning, skull mask off, very loose clothing, and stitched away until whenever they come, they would probably put everything back on.
Cool.
Oh, wait, yeah. Org will tell everybody that he did go to threaten Delphine the night before.
Oh,
Just as a side.
as
I
we're
don't-
like close to the inn.
Yes, I completely forgot about that. Sorry.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, I had a long night.
You didn't tell me that before
right.
I took off my armor.
Cool. So this is great. Okay.
Delphine, give me a perception check for me with advantage
Jeez,
because
I
sure you
do
can.
not have dice.
I feel like we're being
Hang
really loud
on.
outside.
Yeah. Wow, 2 11s.
Oh.
That's great.
I did great, guys.
You're all just walking up normally?
Yeah.
Cool. Then an 11 will do. You spot the group out of your window. It sort of looks over. They're
That's gone.
just about to come in. You can head down if you want to.
Yeah, I will.
Cool.
Before I leave the room, I'll just get my shoulder. Oh, come on, this better be worth it.
Worth it for me, definitely. This'll be a fun day. For you, the best advice I can give is try not to kill everything this time. And he just disappears
Alright,
into
then.
like shadows behind you. You head down, and there's a lively-ish tavern morning. Like when you go down, there's a few sort of that look like workers sort of coming in from a night shift that are laughing and drinking, even though it's like 9 a.m. There's a small family eating breakfast in the corner, and pretty much as you come down the party, you open the door and you see Delphine standing there.
Oh,
Howdy.
good morning, Delphine.
Good morning to you as well. So,
Does anyone else want to say good morning?
Hey,
no, they don't have to, darling. It's okay. I totally understand.
Ransom is even more scared.
Yeah, you really should be scared of that one.
we're not here to
Do you
fight.
say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, Delphine, you see,
Okay.
the person talking to you is not the person you saw yesterday.
Oh, that's right. You brought some new faces this time around.
Yes.
I do
I-
hope your friend who tried to make that deal is okay.
Oh, she's fine.
They've dealt with it.
That sounds not reassuring in the slightest, but okay.
My name is Mabel. It's nice to meet you, I guess.
Pleasure's all mine.
So you just gotta stand there.
Oh,
Or you can invite us
Mabel.
to sit down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to sit down, you can. I didn't know if you had plans for today.
Yeah, from here you can sit, you can chill. You know, probably about a 15-minute walk away is the Colosseum in one direction, and probably 5, if that, minute walk is the Golden Horn. Oh no, what did I say? No, I can't even remember. The nice place where the Twizzywinks are staying.
I think it was Golden Crown or something.
Golden Crown, that was it. It was the Horn was the other place.
Yes.
But yeah, there was a note left that Imperium gave you saying the Twizzywinks would be there all day, reveling, and would be waiting upon your good graces. So you can kind of head there when you want as well.
We need
Last-
to leave this town by tonight. But other than that, we're good.
Last session, who mentioned that Delphine was looking for an egg? Did we hear that?
I said that explicitly.
Yeah, that's what made Moore's sort of perk up.
And I don't think anybody else knew about that except for Moors at that time.
We didn't know that Morris was
about
looking
the
for an
egg. And I don't think so.
Okay, so we're just thinking that she's.
Moles is looking for her
I
sister.
think the information we had prior to that was that Meryl had lost her sister and was looking for her sister.
Mhm.
And that her sister had something that was trying to be delivered, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you plan on going? If you would be so generous as to indulge that information.
Not here, that's for sure. My friend, kind of made it dangerous for us, so.
I hope she skipped town because
Yeah,
the hunt for that one's gonna be quite the vicious one.
she's probably dead, so no need to hunt.
I wasn't saying anything. To be quite honest, I find that to be a subtle accusation, and I can't understand why.
Considering that now Tovar is getting to see Delphine outside of like pouring rain, can you do like a quick check to kind of like get like an idea of what they're about?
Vibe check.
Anyone that
Vibe
wants
check.
to can give either a
Vibe
perception or an insight check and let me know what you want to know.
Yeah, vibe check me. Do I have to roll anything against this?
We'll see.
'Cause-
Perception will be based on their outward
like visual
looks.
cues and stuff. Okay.
And insight, so perception you can't really hide much, depending on what they're asking. Insight, feel free to roll deception if you want to lie. What are you all looking for?
It's not necessarily lying. They're just kind of hard to read in general.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Yeah, what are you looking
with
for?
perception, I'm just gonna try and like get like an overview of like what they are based off of like their like looks and stuff.
I think you would be able to
They're visual
determine.
indicators, or
Go. Sorry.
no? Are you looking for what? Are you like looking for occupation or racial indicators?
I guess kind of like a general description of like both.
16. You could tell that they definitely either have enough money to buy real bone armor, or that they have probably prepared that and made that themselves. So you could gather that they are probably a pretty okay, at least hunter in that regard. They are absolutely covered in essentially trophies. You notice like a couple odd things on the forearm that is not covered by a sleeve. There is the start of a stitch skeletal pattern matching where it would actually like be under your skin. And you can kind of see, like, if they tilt their head up or look up a little bit, you can see like a stitched pattern continuing up their neck and their jaw, and it doesn't seem to really stop. I would say with 16, you probably, which one? Yeah, 16. You probably can't see under the mask super well, but the back of their neck has a little bit of hair exposed, and it is red, and it looks like yarn. Like just straight up yarn. Yeah, they also do have pointed ears, so slightly elven in nature.
I think on the perception side of things, the only thing Auric you would see more than that with a 26, and I just rolled a stealth check to find out, is a bit more of a darker shadow in their shadow. You see, you're inside, there's lights flickering, and it looks like their shadow has a darker, smaller shadow in it that is like moving alongside, but you manage to spot just a small time where the main shadow flickers and this smaller shadow flickers like just half a beat after.
Oh,
If you're
good. The
interested, you
paranoid
probably
one
also
saw
see
the
under the
demon.
mask too a little bit.
Oric doesn't have a lot of experience when it comes to stuff like that at all.
Mhm.
So, I mean, he's not really gonna say anything about it. Does Delphine have any like visible scars or wounds or anything like that?
Yeah, you could see under their mask more than anyone at this point, probably, just because fucking eagle eyes. They are fucked up. You see that their eyebrows have been plucked to bits. It looks like there are now stitches in place of most of it. There are stitches pretty much all over their face. A lot of their skin looks slightly yellowed and not particularly well. And you can just notice and see bald spots and patches like on like their scalp and on the back of their neck where there isn't like red yarn or actual real hair that is being grown or whatever.
Cool.
It's a real healthy looking.
Super healthy, super pretty, stitched together.
I just-
animation is what I'm getting.
I want vibes. What are
Yeah,
the
those
vibes?
insights. 23 insight is really high.
Am I saying the vibe?
Yeah, what vibes you giving out?
Yeah, vibes, please.
Oric is just staring you
Annoyed?
down.
Annoyed, a little cautious. You get the vibe that they are trying really hard to be patient and polite, and that might not be something they're used to doing.
Mm.
Would you like me to go get you some bread or something? Some beer?
We ate.
We can go right to where we need to go and get the day moving, you know?
Well, I think we should learn each other's names first. I think that would be helpful.
Oh, my name is Mabel. It's so nice to meet all of you for the first time. Very nice
That
to meet all of
wasn't
you for the first
suspicious
time.
at all.
So, okay. Mabel or Maple?
Mabel.
Is this y'all's
With a
first time
B.
meeting her as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Literally met her this morning.
Kate, roll me deception.
Yeah, can I roll insight for
You
that
can,
entire
for sure.
interaction?
Well, we'll see. No, you can't. No. They're
Okay.
good enough. They're good enough to. I was gonna say if
it's you to that.
if you got under a 12, it would be incredibly obvious. You managed to make this a convincing enough display.
Oh, good.
Nico, pointing to himself.
Lovely.
Tovar.
Thank you kindly.
My best friend.
And what about the small little dragon? I feel like
Upon
there's
being
something weird
called
going on
out,
here.
Ransom is just gonna like scurry straight up Oric's leg and like hide. In like whatever loose clothing he can find.
Oh.
That's Ransom. He's going through a bit.
Yeah, it's totally not you or anything.
It's absolutely you.
I was about to say, most of the time it is me.
He is already kind of skittish, so
Can't blame him, it's a scary world out there.
Your name?
My name is Delphine. Pleased to meet you.
Did Orc say his name?
No.
Nico's gonna nudge him like, come on, man.
We all gave our names.
Oric.
Ah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. We've all met each other. Now, okay. The black market?
Sounds good to me.
right.
Oh wait, no,
money
we
for
need to
that
get some
stuff?
money first. We
Sounds
can't
like
buy
a grand
anything.
time.
Yeah, we should probably visit the Coliseum before anything else.
Have I heard about the defeat of the dragon? I probably haven't, right?
You would have heard mutterings in the bar in the night. You would have seen people talking about some sort of fight that happened and how there are some people that are really angry that they killed a dragon, like a baby dragon. And then there are some
yeah, at
saying
the
it was a really
Coliseum.
cool,
Didn't
but
some
yeah.
big fight happen there? Something about a baby dragon getting murdered?
Oh, Tomar
Brutally.
killed another thing. Another
Yeah.
It wasn't
Crazy.
murder.
I wasn't a part of it, thank God.
It was a fair established fight that they openly encouraged us to be a part of.
Oh no, by all means. I have no qualms with it.
We kill baby dragons for fun. He whispers in your ear.
I like kind of
Does-
pop my shoulder a little bit.
No.
Just in annoyance.
Does
Uh,
the shadow move more, or
No.
no?
So,
It just did that
Ross,
like one weird flicker.
That you notice.
Ross, behind the scenes, I'm totally okay with buying. What are they called again? The portable pocket
A bag of holdings.
bag of holding. Yeah. I'm totally okay with buying one, but if we need to carry our gold, I don't think I have enough money to literally get one right now though. So I
That-
need to like get
well-
some money, buy the bag of holding, and then go back again or something.
We'll say you
Wait,
go.
okay.
It makes it easier to just get to the Colosseum, pick up your stuff. As you get there, you see like the Colosseum guy, the main man running it, sort of spots you and is like, "Oh, welcome, heroes! As agreed, every single gold piece is there. We've even named it your fallen champion. We split evenly between the rest. All I can ask is if one of you could please sign here." He holds out like a little clipboard type thing. And I will leave you with your winnings.
Sure. Nico will sign it, and can Nico also? Can he? Oh man, I don't know if I can do this. I guess I'll try deception. So our one team member, the Bard, unfortunately she skipped town yesterday. She's not with us. Is there any chance we could take a hold of her winnings?
Honestly, yes. I mean, we've already set this up. It's for you. You're all there. So
Oh,
we assume
also,
you're a
this-
party as a group. You can
This
split
would
your own
be
money
a
as you
lot
would.
of gold to carry around. Could we get this in platinum?
You see, he's like, no, you cleared out most bags. And you see 6 horses and carts full of chests of platinum, gold, silver, electrum, and copper. They have gone down and rinsed a lot. Mechanically,
Cool, we
of
bankrupted the whole city.
yeah, mechanically of what this would look like physically wise, is 60% of it is in gold, 10% of it is in platinum, 10% of it is in electrum, 10 in silver, and 10 in copper. It's heavy, essentially. You're gonna need bags of holding or put it in a
That's
bank or
too much
something.
math, man.
It is
Oh
way
my
heavier
god.
than what we thought it was.
It's big. It's like, just imagine 6
A
carts
dragon sword.
full of, maybe on each cart, probably like 10 full chests of coins. It's like 4 tons worth of stuff. Like, there's horses.
gotta figure out how to add this to my inventory.
The guy's like,
Jesus.
the horses are included. Do with them as you will. But it was pleasure watching you all fight. If you are here in another 6 months, we'll find another champion by then, and you're always welcome back. And he heads off. You can all add that to your inventory. What you
Do we
bet.
have to do the math for the platinum.
No, just
the
add it as
silver?
gold and
Oh, okay. Thank God. Oh my
like
god.
mechanically, it's just like there's a shit ton of coins there.
Everything, yeah.
I
realistically,
don't
we're
remember
gonna have
what I
everything
bet.
gold.
Or like
Yeah.
how much I
think
win.
everybody's winnings was posted.
Yeah, if you
somewhere. I
check
don't
the
remember where it
Discord,
was.
it's somewhere there.
I believe everyone but Moore should have around in like the 20,000 range. In
There it
gold.
is.
Yeah, in and around
Yeah.
that. If someone could pin it or
Yeah.
share it, that'd be great.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there we go. Sweet.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would say that since Cecil, I guess, isn't alive, we could split the 10k 2,000 each.
No, I think that should
Okay.
go to ransom.
What's the 10k split?
Well, 10k split is
Oh,
your
no.
winnings.
It's the overall reward.
winnings,
You
I
already
forgot that
split what would have come from Cecil. You already
Yeah.
dispersed that when you did the original thing.
Yeah, you already split Cecil's, and then it will be another 10k, I think. Let's say. So let's say you have 20k to split between the rest of you.
When it came to that original one, I didn't split Cecil's because I didn't know if we would Cecil's money would still go to us. So
Where is Cecil's
whatever's-
money?
Was Cecil 10K?
No, Cecil.
No, that was a
earned-
champion fight. Cecil, I don't actually remember what
So
Cecil
the
had.
10K
Oh,
is
God.
we have to split now, right?
Yeah, the 10K you each get 2,000.
Yeah, that's why.
So
yeah, okay.
add 2,000 to what it is, and then what was Cecil's?
Kind of.
Good question. Oh,
I thought
God.
it was another 10 or 15,000.
I don't remember how much Cecil.
No, I
bet.
didn't bet that much.
We've already got a lot of gold as is, all right?
Yeah, if you can't find, I'm going to draw it at 10 and just say you all get another 2,000.
That's
Oh, I was
right.
gonna say since it was next of kin, just give it to Ransom.
They would have just put it in a chest, so it's up to you how you want to decide to do
Cecil
that.
only bet 1,000, so
Oh, she
Yeah,
get so
I was frugal.
so that should be
That's another-
6,000 on so 7,000. I'll round it up for math's sake as 10, so you can evenly split it between all of you, or give it however you want.
Hey,
You
Morris, come here and help us carry this load, and then just have them take their share.
You all start making your way through the street with these horses of gold.
Wait, I'm
And-
confused. Do I add 21,000 to what I already have plus an extra 4,000? Is that what's happening?
If you're
Yeah.
splitting that, then yeah, you're adding 25,000 gold to your pockets.
You want all of Cecil's winnings?
No, I think splitting it evenly makes sense.
Cool. So you make your way in the
Wait,
direction.
what was Cecil's winnings again? How much do we add from that?
Another 10, so another 2,000 each.
because we earned. So the amount that I put in was 4 times what you bet, plus whatever you had bet, because you get your bet back.
Yeah.
So that's just the total. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just
Ransom would
add 4,000 to whatever those numbers are. That's what you get. Done.
All right.
Um,
So now let's try and drop a good amount of this on some cool items.
So yeah, well, you make your way to this black market type thing. It's small, like it's a small little alley row, and you see 3 places that are there essentially. You see a dwarf and an elf working in this smith together. The dwarf has got like a beard that is so covered in jewels and like golden embroidery, like down to their like knees, like masterwork armor. And every time they like bang onto this piece of metal, this elf is singing some sort of like druidic song, and you see like impurities being drawn out and like a magical energy crackling through. Above the sign, it says armorer and weaponsmith wares are available. You also see a like a little magical trinket type thing that it's very small, and it's like a person with like, it's not even a store, it's almost like just a bit of wood market stand type thing with magical protections around it, and you can see maybe like 3 or 4 different magical trinkets on there. And then you also see a magical clothing store as well. I've gone through and done a little bit about what they have available. What I'm going to do is just post in the Discord, instead of going through and like asking back forth, what they have available, like what's there, and their prices. But essentially, there are a few weapons and like little trinkets that have got some things. There are a lot of bags of holding that you can see that are available from that trinket store, as well as like these little amulets, being the Amulet of Health and Intellect, etc. In the clothing store, the big thing that shows up are those elven kind ones, and you can see the shopkeeper is sort of trying to sell this full stealthy set as much as they can. if you are looking at getting cool weapons or armor, any +1 weapon or armor, just 1,000 gold per item. If you want a +2 weapon or armor, they can also have that forged, and that is 10,000 gold per item. If anyone is interested, there is also a hidden weapon that looks gnarly. If anyone is interested, and that would be the only one that I would describe.
Oh, of course I'd be interested in this gnarly weapon. What is it?
You walk up to the... It's actually in the clothing area. You see they've got like magical cloaks, some that, you know, the shopkeepers were talking to someone. He's like, oh, look, won't even get pierced. And is like throwing stars at this cloak and it just sort of like bounces off. And he looks at you and you point out this weapon. And basically you see it is a... Dependent on who looks at it, depends on what it is. Like, as you look at it, you see it morph between a greatsword, a longsword, like a rapier, all of these different weapons. And every one is more beautiful than the rest. You see the guard is spiked on the outward with rubies and other gems. And the sword itself, dependent on the angle, is so thin and so sharp that you feel like you can almost like feel the sharpness emanating from it. As you ask about it, the shopkeeper sort of looks at you and goes, ah, you would be a fine proprietor for the Weapon of Pride. This is one of 7 weapons that is... Well, were made long before we know. We don't really know how they're found, and we don't know of all of them. But this particular weapon has plenty of boons, but no one has managed to wield it for too long without meeting an untimely end. We find that the people who wield it get incredible strength, or speed, and often become even harder to hit, but feel compelled to always fight, or never turn down the opportunity for a fight. And that always ends in something worse. For you, though, if you're interested in taking it off of my hands, I would dare touch it. A mere 7,500 gold, and it can be yours.
You want to trade it for this mace that I can't
I
seem
was
to
gonna say, hey,
let
Morgan,
go?
kind of remind me of your weapon you have.
You did some reading on this, and you remember that was called the Mace of Greed. As you hold it up, you can see that the gems embedded in this mace are nigh identical to the ones that are in the hilt of this. The handiwork looks very similar. Even as you joke, though, about giving it away, give me a charisma saving throw.
See, Ross doesn't even have to get us to sign our soul to someone. He just has to get us to sign our soul to weapons.
You... Hold up.
Oh, Jesus.
There's only a couple things Oric is good at, and that's just things.
You,
That's it.
you take 10 points of psychic damage as you hear a scream in your head that just is like, no! As you even just laugh about giving it away, and as you like pull it out, your grip just does not move. Like, you physically, you can put it back in your backpack, or you can hold it. Those are your options.
I'm gonna hold it. Just
He
feels
like,
right to hold
puts
it.
his hand like, yo, are you okay, man? Or
I
what's
was
going on?
an abnormal reaction.
You see like a
People are really
single
bad
bit
at
of
it
blood
again.
drop.
Are you okay?
It's
I'm
fine.
fine. Just
Uh,
gonna eat some
Seems
good
fine
berries.
to me.
So is anyone buying anything?
I need to get rid.
Well, Tovar's only going to buy himself a bag of holding,
Okay.
first of all.
Does the bag of holding require attunement?
No.
I think so.
Oh, you just have it.
Second of all, I'm going to assume the weapon of warning can come in the form of any weapon.
You see that it looks like a short sword at the moment, but it looks like it can be molded. It's somewhat magical, and definitely could be formed into a weapon of your choice.
Hey, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Ransom uses a short bow, right?
Yes. He does.
Here, okay. Tover's gonna get the weapon of warning and shape it as a short bow.
Okay. You see, you
And
buy
after
it.
buying it, he's gonna actually give
pull
it
it out.
to Ransom. Consider it a form of consolation.
Ransom is like stupidly excited.
Pretty stuff. Oh boy.
Cool. So add yourself a
And-
weapon of warning.
Okay.
What exactly does the Amulet of Health do?
It sets your
Use your
constitution.
use your constitution up to 19.
To 19.
Ransom's gonna get an Amulet of
Pigeon.
Health.
There is only one
Oh,
of
Percy
each of
Soul.
these. There is only one
No,
each of
it-
these,
Oh,
by the way.
Wait, well, what about the bag
Oh,
of holding?
shit.
Bar the bag of holdings, there's a lot of them, and the +1 weapons. Any of the other named ones are singular objects.
Okay, wait. How do I add a weapon of warning?
Or I should just be able to do it in
Inventory.
D&D Beyond.
And hit manage inventory. And then you can search for an item. And you'll search for it there. And add it to your equipment.
So yeah, anything else from other people?
Nico's been eyeing this weapon of pride this entire time, but he turns to everyone else first. Anyone else want to crack at the cursed weapon?
No, and I don't think you should either.
Absolutely
bad idea.
not. That sounds like a god awful idea.
I
But
highly
guys-
recommend it.
It's
No,
powerful.
I just saw your nose.
he said
bleed
that
from that.
you
I
would be
had a
compelled to
nightmare
fight
last night.
everything.
It's not. It's fine.
My body can handle it, and he'll talk to the cashier.
No.
One cursed weapon, please.
Oh Jesus!
7,500,
God.
please.
Jesus doesn't even exist in this
I
world,
don't
and I'm
endorse
still using
this.
his name.
Cool. What weapon
Wait.
do you want it to be looking like?
Does it have to stay the same weapon?
It does not.
I will keep it as a longsword for now.
Okay. So I need to figure out how to get this in. I was trying to play around, but I don't quite know how. But essentially what this does is as you hold it, you feel this like connection go up through your veins, and you suddenly start feeling incredibly confident in your abilities.
So nothing's changed.
More so, like borderline arrogance. As you spin it around, you are faster. You feel like you can't really get any better of a weapon. What this is this is a +1 magical weapon, and it will give you +2 to either your strength or your dex, above 20 if you want to. It also gives you a +1 to your AC. The downside is if anyone proposes you a challenge, or anybody in a 30-foot area a challenge to you, you have to accept it. You can't
So
not.
nothing has changed.
You can't.
Fight that much. That's the thing.
And there are downsides were you to not accept it, but you don't know that.
Okay.
You can
Well, I've
pick
already-
either dex or strength to increase. I'm pretty sure it's easier to do it in just D&D Beyond by just adding like just a plus modifier to whichever one you want. Add a +1 modifier to your AC and just treat it as a +1 magical weapon. That's the easiest way to deal with it. But yeah, there you go.
Look at this mace. You're like, can you change form?
It doesn't say anything because it is a mace. But it looks incredibly.
Kind of screamed at me.
You look
I'll
And
preface this by
Did
saying
you
I don't
scream
actually say
no?
this, but I just picture Tovar being like, "Hey Nico, I bet you can't buy us buy the rest of us bags of holding."
I
Does that count?
that's a challenge. It is.
You didn't actually say it,
Wait,
so
well,
you
did
don't
you
have
know?
to do it.
Well, how does Tovar know what the
Yeah,
effects are?
you don't know this.
Exactly. That's why
Yeah.
I didn't actually say it.
Any other magical items that anyone is wanting to get? Real
So
quick.
wait,
I
is
would like to.
Tovar getting the Amulet of Health or is Ransom?
You can dig it. I got
Ransom needs
Well,
to-
does
Ransom
Ransom
doesn't want
see
to.
that Tovar wants it?
He was at least like looking at it.
Ransom is gonna let Tovar get the Amulet of Health, but he is gonna buy a bag of holding.
Cool.
I would like to buy.
Okay, what exactly is
a
the difference
bag of
between the
holding.
cloak and the boots?
Cloak is better.
But why is it cheaper?
I think the cloak's better. I forget.
Cloak of Protection is a
Elven-
plus
Elven
one to
boots
literally
gives you-
everything, isn't it?
Yeah, so boots of elven kind give you advantage to stealth. The cloak of elven kind gives you
Oh, never mind.
advantage to stealth, and people have disadvantage to see you.
Mhm.
So it's logistically just better than boots. Boots mean you don't make
It's cheaper.
sound.
Yeah. The main
I've already got
thing.
got my jump boots, so I don't think I'm gonna take those off.
Yeah. The main thing about the boots is that they are literally like make you completely silent. And the cloak is way more useful for explicitly hiding.
Well, Tovar's got what he would want. Well,
Okay.
Yeah,
Anything else
yeah,
from
we're
others?
good.
Is it-
not to
I would
mention-
like to buy.
Not to mention, Tovar's already kind of stacked with magic items, so he
Yeah. Kate,
Well,
sorry, you can say
willing
what
to go
you buying?
light.
I would like to buy a bag of holding and then a +1 weapon.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
For flavor, I'm gonna say Delphine is probably gonna like. Are there alleys nearby?
Yeah.
Okay, Delphine's gonna just walk away from the group for a little bit, go into the shadows of an alley, and pop off a divine sense, just because there was a cult after them last night, and it's a little suspicious to them that there is not a cult after them right now.
What exactly does Divine Sense do again?
Detect good and evil. I can sense anything affected. Oh wait, hang on. Anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Tovar lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Behind total cover, though.
Well, you get a you had a huge feeling of undead coming from Tovar. You get your normal sense of fiend, your most common one that you're pretty used to, and then you sense. How far away is this?
60 feet.
You don't sense anything else. Nothing out of the ordinary.
So, but I sensed fiends.
Regular fiend that you sense all the time.
Okay. Not a cult fiend is the
Pretty
big
close
difference.
by, like right on your shoulder.
Oh, hey.
A lot
Hey,
of
bud.
gold.
Any other things to buy?
Oryx
Wait,
gonna.
so Tovar, are you gonna buy the Amulet of Health? Because if you're not, Ransom is.
Yeah, you can get it.
Okay.
Ransom gets
Yeah.
it.
Oryx picking up +1 weapon, which is a longbow.
Mhm.
We have so much gold.
You have disgusting amounts of money.
Yeah.
I'm literally spending all my money.
So am I. He's gonna pick up a thing of +1 armor, which is only
You know what?
2,000
Actually,
gold.
screw it. I'm gonna go for the big bucks. I'm dropping 10,000 on +2 studded lever.
Go for it.
He's gonna pick up. Does Ransom have any other attunements? Does Ransom have? Is Ransom attuning to
Ransom
anything
has
else?
one
right now?
attunement left. Because he now has the short bow of warning and the Amulet of Health. So he's one attunement left.
What about that cursed dagger that you had, the +2? Is that an attunement weapon?
It's not It's not
It was just a
attuned, and
fancy
it's not
dagger.
cursed.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
okay.
just a fancy dagger.
He'll also pick up the Cloak of Protection.
Okay.
How do I make it?
Yeah, he'll pick up the Cloak of Protection and he'll pick up the Cloak of Elvenkind if no one else is buying anything.
Okay.
He's just gonna wear two cloaks.
He can't wear two cloaks. He's
No,
gonna
no,
offer
that's the
one
thing.
of
You
them.
can wear two cloaks.
He's gonna offer one of them to Ansem.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna hold up the Cloak of Protection. Be like,
Man, you really don't want Ransom to die.
no.
I know who to kill next.
He's a little guy.
No.
He's a little man.
That's my best friend, Ross.
He's-
Don't threaten that.
He's gonna purchase both cloaks and offer one of
He
them
needs
to
to be
Ransom.
nicely dressed so he can get his revenge.
Ransom will take this cloak with much delight and gratitude.
It's
How do I-
your choice. Either the Cloak of Protection, which will make you harder to hit, or if you want to be really, really sneaky, there's the Cloak of Elvenkind. Your choice.
I think he's gonna take. Ooh,
Both are really useful.
I think the cloak of Elvenkind, because with the Amulet of Health, yeah,
So that's
cloak of Elvenkind.
only 1, 2, 4. It's only 5,000 gold. I still have.
The way this is,
How much-
if you have 10,000 gold, you can fit that in one bag of holding. If you have over 10,000 left, you're gonna need 2 bags of holding.
Oh shit! So I should spend money.
Or just have an extra bag of holding. They're like 750
Yeah, or
gold.
get bags of bowling.
Or it could actually kind of
Alright,
pick up a plus
alright.
2 weapon instead of a plus 1 then.
All
so
right, real
just to
quick,
burn
real quick. How do
weapons.
I actually make the studded lever +2
Should just be
on
there.
D&D Beyond?
It should be a +2 option.
Should just be there to add. Just
Okay.
It's usually by rarity.
Yeah.
Right?
if you can't just add a plus, put regular studded armor on, and just add +2 to your AC modifier by clicking on the AC button.
I guess I
Cool.
can.
Last
Well,
minute.
can I-
Oh,
oh,
go.
go ahead.
Or is it last minute? Any more buying before we move on?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I guess
Ransom
from what
is
you said,
buying
he's
2
gonna
bags of holding.
Dover's gonna buy a second bag of holding as well.
Okay, and Nico?
He's gonna empty out the shop. He's gonna get the Javelin of Lightning, the Ring of Wonder Walking for some reason,
Okay.
and a Sending Stone, or the 6 Sending Stones.
Yeah. And you can hand those
While-
out.
Is there any play selling potions or anything at all?
Yes. Also, anything in the like any bits and bobs that you want that are like normal, so that is lesser potions of healing or like regular ass weapons, just add them. If they are basically anything that's in the like not rarity, so like anything that's uncommon, like or like normal stuff like that, and is under 500 gold. Is here. You can just add that. That's all good. Cool. So you make your way, now feeling a lot lighter after shoveling piles of gold into people's hands and into these bags of holding. As you look around, you see it was called the Griffin's Head, which is where you were meant to meet this family of Twizzywinks, just in front of you.
Are we ready? We're going to be polite. We're going to be diplomatic. And everything's going to go great. Right?
Delphine's still
Right.
with us?
Yeah.
Look at everybody in the eyes individually.
Cool. You make your way.
Oh, my best behavior.
You open the door and see a wild sight. You open into this tavern that has got vines and leaves growing everywhere. You see every fruit that comes down looks like some sort of shiny, edible type thing. You see some actually are in like full candy wrappers. Some look like multiple like chocolate bars or strawberry laces hanging from these flowering fruits everywhere. You see one single bartender looking very distressed as two incredibly over the top, flowery fae look you both in the eyes, look you all in the eyes with both of their eyes, laugh and say, "Aha! The heroes have come to visit. Welcome to our humble abode. Please have a seat. We have much to talk about." And at that point, we will
These
take.
the people y'all normally associate with.
Light.
We'll take a little break because I need to grab a drink and stuff. So say sort of 5-10 minutes, and then we'll come back.
Bless.
All right.
Wonderful. So you are greeted. These two Eladrin are Lord and Lady Twizzywinks. They are dressed to the nines. Lord Crumpet Twizzywinks. He is has a full like embroidered, almost like army-like top with spikes of like feathers and things like that out of his shoulders, and then what looks like an extravagant like kilt skirt type thing going on with lollipops on it. And Lady Chuffington Twizzlewinks, that's her first name is Chuffington. She is again, she looks like very, very like in one massive flowing golden dress with like rainbow, those like sour rainbow belts making a bit of a train like down her back, but in multiple beautiful colors. And they look at you and say, "Ah, the champions! And an interesting guest," they say, looking at Delphine. Please
Wave a hand.
come in. Have a seat. We've been asking Imperion all about you and would really love to discuss a business opportunity.
You
I
said
also want to
Chuffington?
add, out of character really quick, it's really, I feel like at sometimes the fact that we don't have our cameras on the streaming layout is so confusing because it didn't sound like we were laughing at whatever you just did to describe these two people.
What do you mean?
But there were definitely reactions
It's
on the screen.
Lord Crumpet,
know.
Twizzywinks, and Lady Chuffington Twizzywinks.
Too much.
Yeah,
Lord and Lady Twizzywinks, it is a
Mhm.
pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I'll sit down at the table.
The pleasure is
I will also
all
sit.
ours. They look around and they look at
Right, and it's nice to get to know you before we outside of the Feywilds.
Well, yes, I find it so difficult to talk to you mortal folk when you're always worrying if I'm going to try and steal your soul or, keep you here forever. Would anyone like an eclair, by the way? And
No.
Lady Twizzywinks holds open her hand, and there are tiny little chocolate eclairs if anyone wants to have any.
We
take one.
actually just ate. No, no one will take. We ate before we came here.
Guys, you're being rude.
Yes, I mean, listen, you've clearly had many of these before. You're a long way from home, aren't you, Starguard? He says that to you, Nico.
I'm sorry. What did you call me?
I just assumed we saw you fight. We saw your magical arm. We were just assuming that you were a member of the Starguard of Strix. They all have magical armaments similar to that. I mean, normally in weapons, it's interesting to see it done as a hand. But you're just coincidence?
Oh,
Rick,
never
that-
heard of them. You
that
said this
walled
was
off city
Strix?
in the middle of that forest.
In the Feywild, yes, we have plenty of trinkets are coming out of there recently. They're really marvelous adventures happening, but they have I apologize for making assumptions. They have a wonderful guard, all dressed incredibly smart, that keep the city safe, and they all have these wonderful armaments that seem made of some form of magical energy that they use to defend. And much like yourself, they wear a similar, prosthetic type thing that we saw you power your arm through. I just assumed that you'd got it from the same place, but my apologies, good sir. It was all the well seeing you fight anyway.
No, it's fine. And then Nico just sort of starts thinking for the rest of yeah.
Oh.
Thinking about.
Lady,
Anyways,
Mhm.
go. Sorry.
No, I was just trying to move on.
Lady Twizzywinks sits down and begins to pull out a Terry's chocolate orange. She smashes it on the table and then just starts eating the segments. And Lord Twizzywinks goes, "Wonderful. Well, we really appreciate you coming. I would like to give, before we kick off in business, my condolences for your teammate. We saw them fall. If I must confess, I really... we've had our run-ins with the Sylvari before. They are violent creatures. Honestly, since we were coming here trying to lock us away, worshipping darkness and nightmares, horrible people, to be honest. But I'm glad you maybe found a good one or were using it for its battle prowess. But if they were your friend, I'm sorry for your loss.
What a interesting way of showing condolences, but
Ransom is like
Won't
not a
stab him.
fan.
we could talk about the business deal.
Yes. So, my wife and I are in a bit of a predicament. We are very powerful Fae, incredibly powerful, well known in both this, whatever this place is now, and our home in the Feywild. But we seem to have fallen on some minor, ever so small financial trouble. Turns out that making the likeness out of a queen of a fairy court out of chocolate, not good. Not good at all. They took us for a lot of what we have, but we have a plan to get back. The only problem is we owe some people some money and souls, and I think my left leg, it might have been my right. Either way, we came here to the world of the mortals to look for some protectors that could guide us into the Feywild and perhaps help us head back to our old court and make our case unattacked by people that may or may not be after us. And we were wondering if you, mighty fine heroes and creepy skull lady, would love to enter into a formal arrangement with the Lord and Lady Twizzywinks for a period of time where you could defend us as we travel through the Fey realms. We, in turn, could pay you handsomely, as well as would be forever in your debt, which, as immortal beings, is actually a pretty good... We would give or grant all of you a boon that is within our power.
Oh.
What kind of boon?
I'll, again, full transparency, 95% of our boons are to do with candy, because we did invent that. But we are also magical beings, and normally if there's something that you need found, or you want created, or you want... some additional power or something like that, no, I'm sure we could probably work something out.
Well, what exactly would be the terms of an agreement then?
We are looking to... we are looking for defense for... What we have worked out would more than likely be a 3 to 4 week journey into the middle of the Feywild to our old chocolate factory, which we used to call home. where we would need to pick up a few affairs, and then we have agreed to meet at a neutral place in the city of Strix in 1.5 months' time to try and settle our affairs. But if you would just deliver us within the boundaries of the shielded city, we would consider our contract complete. Easy job. Honestly, the simplest thing I could think of. We'd do it ourselves if we weren't useless fighters. We're all incredibly smart, you see. And the lady goes, yes, yeah, very smart. Not fighters, though. Not at all. So that's the only reason. No other reason.
Insight check.
Yeah, you can do
That
an
was
insight check.
I'll
if
do
you
an
want.
insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
Bad.
I should get my physical dice. I really should.
Ooh.
They seem like well-meaning people. I think we should take it. And mostly because Nico heard the words, they're going to Strix. So.
All those current insight checks seem like they're just rich people who seem a bit up themselves.
Oh, okay.
No, feeling like doing something a bit risky.
We
How about you? How about a bit of an additional fronting of these powers that you were claiming for?
Roll me a persuasion check. The Lord looks at you and says, I would be more than happy to settle an additional agreement and relationship. You seem well read, and as you know, most things done in the Feywild are some form of contract between one or the other. Should you like a boon? Unfortunately, my hands are just tied, and I can't just hand boons out willy-nilly. But were we to come to some formal arrangement where you wanted to provide me with something extra in exchange for a boon, I'd be more than happy to do that, and you could perhaps complete that sooner to see what a boon could help you with.
Well, something extra might just be what I have. I'll have you know, I'm a rather studious type, well read as you had just spoken. Maybe, and from what I gather of your type, you're the kind to probably go a bit further. But I offer you this: a lifetime of memories.
Whose memories?
I'll let that be decided on our agreement.
That is quite an intriguing offer. We do enjoy living through memories of mortals. I will have to think about this. A deal is not something that we could enter in with such reckless abandon without having a thought before. It is intriguing. I would be more than happy if you were to let us choose the lifetime of memories to make that agreement now, though.
Is it with this group and wanting to make deals?
We have plenty of time to talk on the journey as well. If you wish, we can talk more if you are willing to accept our initial bargain and offering.
How? Now you said your words that you'll be choosing whose lifetime if we were to go ahead and start now.
Yes, if you wanted to make that agreement now, I'm sure if we would just tweak a little bit and we would pick the lifetime of memories by sure. As I'm sure you know, us Fey folk have a a rather mean description of being tricksters and vagabonds, which I assure you we most definitely are not. But, you know, we would need to think and read through just to make sure it were advantageous to us. And you weren't trying to trick us. You know, we're used to tricksy people.
How about, well, let's come to a compromise then. Let's leave it to a, metaphorically speaking, roll of the dice.
Let me roll a flat intelligence check. They rolled a 3. I am.
Can I?
Smart
Oh, hang
indeed.
on.
Uh,
Oh. Spells
This
require
is stressing
verbal,
me
huh?
Uh,
Well, you're not about to sign our memories away, are you?
they
Not
go.
yours.
I would be more than willing. I actually have this wonderful dice that a friend gave me, and they pull out a really intricately made glass D20 with what looks like stars on the inside still glittering. I would be more than
Ransom?
happy. Oh, go.
Interrupt
Yeah.
and offer a coin flip instead.
A coin flip?
I see what you're trying to appeal to,
Because
Ransom.
Ransom has a coin.
They would be a coin. Of course, we can make this a coin flip, and they squish the d20, and it turns into a magical coin.
Ransom will take out his strange coin and slide it to Tovar. Granted, Ransom does not know much about this coin. He only knows that it's weird and it changes.
They look and say, "I'm sorry. We would never be able to trust a coin that comes from a third party. This
And
coin
it's
is
fine because that might not have been what I was intending. I was thinking more of a role to decide whose lifetime is getting who is getting taken.
Oh, no. I mean, if you sign this form right now, I'll be up front. I'll take all of your memories. I think it would be really funny.
Yeah,
I'm more than
sorry.
I'm
that
more than
is
happy to
not on
gamble,
the
though.
table for me.
I'm more than
didn't
happy
come
if you want to make the decision of your choice of whose memories we take. I'd be more than happy to make that a 50-50 gamble.
Well, again, I'm a man of compromise. I'd say they're my memories, but I'll let you understand this. I have lived I have about, I'd say, 5 lifetimes in here. So that's what I was really talking as a selection of.
Roll. No, yeah, fuck, that's good wordplay. They laugh. I like you. I tell you what. I am more than happy to take one of your many lifetimes in exchange for a minor boon. But I must insist that I can't do that until you've all agreed to take us to our final destination.
Well then.
I'm already on board.
I'm fine with this.
Ransom's fine with it.
You're giving a whatever, your brain.
It's your choice.
Perfect. Well, I actually already have the paperwork, so they pull out 3 huge stacks of paper and then start breaking them out and giving them to you. You will get a contract that probably has about 50 pages on. Yeah, it's just a boilerplate agreement just saying that you'll
Can I-
lay down your life for us, protect us, all of that sort of thing. Just sign it and we'll be ready.
I'm gonna
Can I speak
sign-
to all calm in my head or no?
Yeah.
Did we ever agree? Can I just ask him? Hey, all calm. Does this contract say anything that is absolutely gonna fuck us both up? Or can you even read?
Jesus. Well, I don't even need to roll. You hear a laugh. Fuck us both? No. You? Maybe. There's a lot of lines in here that essentially say if they get hurt, you're okay with getting that pain instead. And they expect you to jump in front of them. There's a lot of stuff where they are massive wimps and basically want multiple people to take the hits for them. Don't let them get hit, and I'm sure it would be fine, though.
I'm full. I do truly appreciate it.
You know I always look out for you.
Hmm.
Us?
I'm gonna sign. Sorry.
Go.
I'm gonna sign with my name, Mabel, instead.
Now, now, just to double check on all this, the terms of this contract that you're giving to all of us. This will be over. None of this will hold any further grounding once we have completed this task for you.
Once we are delivered safely to Strix, then the contract will be complete, and we will give you your
And if you aren't
payment.
delivered safely?
Well, the contract would be broken, but I think that would be a disaster for all of us, as I assumed you would be protecting us with your lives. So if we weren't to make there safely, that was probably because we're all dead.
Well then,
Wonderful.
I see this as it's not exactly the worst deal I've taken, and I'll gladly accept to it.
That's 2 signatures. Who else is signing? 3 signatures?
I'm just saying to all calm again, like, I don't actually know if I even have a real fucking name. We're gonna hope this goes well.
Ha!
I'll just sign my first name.
Okay. We got Auric and Ransom left. You both signing?
Does Ransom know how to write?
No.
Yeah.
You know
Wait,
your
what?
name.
I was gonna say, well,
or 9.
yeah.
Ransom is
Yeah, you're 9. Come on,
technically
get it
not
together.
literate.
Ooh.
Really?
You can
Yeah,
scratch or you
because
can
he
cut.
grew up on the street.
Yeah, you can. We've dealt with many a poor ruffian. If you just prick your finger and put a bit of your blood on, that'll be more than enough.
Jesus, Ransom. Cecil never taught you how to read? What a shitty brother.
Yeah, we'll fix that. We'll spend time reading.
Speaking
That's a sick
Ew.
book right here.
dead man.
Ransom will glare at Nico and, I guess, prick his finger.
Morris
Okay.
will show you where to put like where all the lines are. Go put your blood here, and then also here.
Sign, initial, and date, please. Thank you. Auric, you're the last one left. You signing it?
Yeah, might as well. Everyone else is.
As Auric does
Also-
his final signature. Oh, go.
Just as a no-go. Never mind. It's off topic.
So as Auric does the final signature, you all feel a powerful, magical force come through your bodies. Suddenly the air smells incredibly sweet and sickly, and you see a thin magical line go between all of you. Greet the Lord and Lady Twizzywinks as a line goes from them. A small poof, and suddenly you're all holding those spinny lollipops, and they're like, brilliant! Well, we best get moving. If there's anything that you need to do here, I'm more than happy to wait, but we would like to be gone before after dark.
Oh yes, Definitely.
Because it's finally time to say goodbye to Yano.
Okay. Well, we'll get the carriage, and we'll meet you by the southern gate, if that works. Say in an hour?
Sure. These
Wonderful.
lollipops here don't hold massive significance, do they? Are they just representative of our deal?
Oh, they're just a gift. If you taste them, they actually taste like your happiest memory.
Is there trash nearby?
Yeah, candy really isn't that great for you.
Is there a trash outside?
Still
There's
not
a
trusting
there's a
food.
bin. There's a bin of some sorts, yeah. But they make their way out. You then briefly like wait for a second, and then you just hear a "Hee-yah!" And you see a huge carriage and a like a gingerbread man person sort of clipping along, and there's like 6 chocolate horses that just go by, and you see them heading down to the southern gate from the window.
So what are
Oh
we doing
god,
with
is that just
body?
because they're like the candy fae, or because we have like fae vision right now?
Everything else looks relatively normal.
They
The-
are batshit crazy.
I think that went rather well.
The half and half sphere that Cecil and Ransom had, I assume Ransom has it now. Can he?
Cecil had it last because it had joined together, like the orb. But if you want to say you've taken the orb, 100%, you can have the orb.
Okay. Ransom can still like try and figure out how it works, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Right.
You do that on
Delphine.
long rests.
Yeah.
So, Delphine, you coming out with us then? Or are we gonna meet up
Well,
here?
I did sign a contract, and
You
I
could
do
just
feel
sign their soul to the
legally
Fae.
obligated. Yeah, I do feel legally obligated to be around the group right now. But if y'all want me away, then I'll just go to the gates.
I
No.
figured, well, did you need to grab your stuff before we head out? At your
Everything's already on me.
fair enough.
We have
Alright.
to say. Do we have to do anything? Did we already say goodbye to Imperion?
We
You
have to
said
grab
you said
Cecil's
goodbye
body.
to Imperium, but Cecil's body's still there if you want to take that with you.
We still need to figure out what we're doing with Cecil's body.
Imperium
Yeah.
seems safe.
I'd say the plan should be to leave Cecil there until there's a good way for us to bring it.
We have like 6 horses and a cart.
I don't want to leave Cecil's body there. Remember the
I
cult?
was gonna say, are you guys
It's still
discussing this
intact.
out loud?
Yes.
Well, it's not really a
I-
secret, to be honest.
I trust Imperion with my
Okay,
life.
hang
If
on.
anyone can keep it safe, it's him.
There was a devil after your dead friend's body, and he almost definitely could kick all of our asses. What
Well,
do you
that's
think is going to
debatable.
stop that from the devil just going to the new place where the body has not moved and kick that guy's ass?
Right, but lugging around a
But
dead
he
body
thinks-
with us everywhere
You have
we
a good
go
point.
has its own risk.
Burn it.
Oh, no.
He thinks we did burn it. The devil?
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
tell him you
Right.
burnt it. You did tell
He
him
does
you burnt
think
it.
we burned it.
Didn't you say you would get him like a finger, if I remember rightly? You said you had a bit
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
A twig, yeah.
We should take Cecil. I mean, we can just stuff him in a bag of holding. It's not a very comfy situation, but
You could.
Sacrifice for the bag, man.
It's better than having a dead body in the back of a wagon.
We don't even know how he'll decompose. Like,
Okay,
he's a
Didn't
plant.
Tovar say that he like took like
This
a
is-
piece of Cecil when back at the Coliseum?
You do have a piece of them. Yeah, you have a tiny little break off, and then you've got the main body.
Yeah.
This
like
is more of
strip
a question
bark or
for
a
Reese.
twig off of them.
But would Ransom and Cecil have discussed like how they would have wanted to be buried or whatever at any point?
Probably, because Cecil definitely probably night one after the shattering, especially after going through the Flaming Skull thing and then also the bandits, back to back to back. Probably
They
showed you the
lost
letters that he wrote to Bronwyn about last will and testament. And it was step one or preference one was return to Grove, even if I don't particularly like the Grove right now. I'm sure that it'd be fine if I went there. Step two was if you can't leave me somewhere nice, burn me and carry me with you.
Because that was going to be my suggestion. We could burn Cecil and then scatter the ashes in the grove.
Your brother, Ransom, your pick. Or
Yeah.
your sibling.
Bonfire.
Oh man. By the
I will say that
rules
if
of
we
bag
do
of
burn the
holding-
body, that just completely eliminates any chance of us being able to actually bring Cecil back.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
Well,
Okay, wait.
It
Per
doesn't.
the rules of a bag of holding, could we put a dead body in there and be able to retrieve it?
yes.
Body's considered an object.
Yeah, I'll let you put a body in if you want.
But doesn't it have a height limit or something of what you can put in the bag?
You can put people in the bag.
Stuff it in there.
That's
Yeah.
how the bagman was created.
Hold them.
Yeah, there's it. Yeah, you might need to crack him a little bit, but yeah, it'll fit.
Cute.
I mean, he was already kind of bent up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
Use good bone.
Let's just put him in a
rewards.
bag of holding.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Ransom has attachment issues anyway.
Should we
Well,
buy an additional bag of holding just for Cecil's body? Because I don't think we should mix it with the gold.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. You pick up a second
Okay.
or a third bag of holding.
Who's buying?
You head back to.
I'll get it.
You head back
Ransom
to
will carry his
Imperium's.
friend with him.
Aww. He.
The most fucked up way possible.
Yeah, as you
Hey,
explain that you want to keep it in a.
I said that I would carry you. It wasn't quite like that.
He looks understanding to you all and says, "Of course, if you want the body, then by all means." He clicks his fingers. Some unseen servants bring down. They've wrapped Cecil, so can't really see any part of them. They're just wrapped in a satin cloth. But they bring it down and say, "Yeah, if you want to take the body, it's your friend, of course."
And you're all sure you don't want me to put any protection on this whatsoever?
I mean, it's up to Ransom. This is their brother.
What kind of protection?
I can stop him from becoming undead for a short period of time. About a week.
Nah.
That's all it really offers, though.
Don't touch my friend. Actually, don't touch my brother.
I don't know why you're going southern too, but I appreciate it.
Mimicry.
Cool. So as you leave Imperium's house, making your way to.
Before we head out,
Go.
can I talk to everyone and say, all right, guess we're doing this. That officially makes us a team, and I'm gonna hand everyone a sending stone because I bought 6 of them.
Oh,
I know
that's
you
so
guys
nice.
have Tomar's weird thing, but this is an extra backup just in case.
I speak to
It'll be a
Stone.
good way for us to.
Hello,
It's
Nico.
good because I'm only limited to 3 of you. And I'm
And
the only
remember,
one
you
that
have
can
to add
send.
sending stones with an S at the end to your inventory, not sending stone. Those are 2 different
Oh,
items.
I say as I add the incorrect one.
Cool. As you make your way down, Before you get to the southern gate, if everyone could give me a quick perception check.
Oh lord.
Sheesh.
Is Ransom in sunlight right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Do I have to roll with the 25 or?
No, you'll see it. Mors, Tovar, and Auric, you spot just imperceptibly as the sun is slowly starting to like rise and get up in the sky, a little speck that seems to be getting closer and closer. And as you see, Auric, you spot this first. It looks like an incredibly tired crow. Holding what looks like a piece of like a letter or something like that, and it flies directly towards the bag of holding that Ransom has, and starts sort of lands, hops, and starts like trying to peck at the bag.
Oric's gonna grab the bird.
Hey, buddy.
Offer it a good berry.
You see it like devours this good berry, and it was like on death's door. It was like magically being kept alive. And it sort of like comes back, gets its bearings. It like clips off this letter, picks it up in its beak, and sort of looks at you, Auric, like expectantly.
Yeah, Auric will cast Speak with Animals because he can cast it for free, so might as well.
You see the bird. What's up? Oh, bless. Sorry. You see the bird looks at you and is like, "Where's the tree one? Where's the tree one?"
They died. But
they died.
Yes, kind of sad.
Croak is a free bird now. Yes! And he just disappears. Just flies off screaming in happiness. I'm free! The letter stays on the floor.
Okay. All right.
And you see it is addressed to Cecil.
Wait, is it in common? Can we read it?
Ransom?
I can't read.
It is in common.
Oh, buddy.
How long? Cecil never taught you to read.
Cecil tried. Didn't succeed.
Cool.
Ransom and
Pretty
Cecil
sure we
only knew
rolled-
each other for like 2 years.
This, then.
I'm pretty
I
sure we
guess
also rolled
Tovar
for it
can
once
read
and
it.
we did not roll well.
I think.
Yeah, you did try.
Yeah. It is a
Um,
crime to open other people's mail, but is it a crime to open someone?
You'll
Already
get this
committed
feeling.
crime, yeah,
You always get this feeling that this post-related goblin is shaking his head disapprovingly at the breaking the federal guidelines. But as you open the letter,
Criminals.
you see it is a reply to the initial message Cecil sent their old friend Bronwyn. It's written, and it says, "Cecil, so glad to hear you're safe. I wrote a letter because 20 words isn't enough to express the happiness I feel to hear from you after 10 years. A lot has changed in the Grove since you left, and there's a lot I need to apologize for, and there's a lot we need to speak about. If you don't want to come back, I understand. But if you do, know that there's a willing and warm meal waiting for you, and some old friends that would love to see your face again." I attached a map.
Was also reading this, he just kind of have a constant kind of expression.
I attached a map, and hopefully the bird stays long enough that if you want to send him back, he can let me know that you've received this. But either way, I'll stay until I see you again. Your old friend, Bronwyn.
That sucks.
Attached.
That's a real bummer.
Attached, you can see a map that basically describes a direction to what looks like a gateway in the Feywild. And there's some scrawled, scratched descriptions. It looks like an area where there's like multiple doors that you can go through and get further in or around the world. And it explicitly describes which door to get through if you want to go and visit the grove.
Oh.
Well, at least now we know where to bring the body.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we didn't burn it.
You make your way and you spot incredibly easily this incredibly ostentatious candy-themed cart and carriage. You see the Lord and Lady Twizzywinks just have basically set out a full dining table and are enjoying a full meal of chocolate, candy. It looks like they've got cola in wine glasses, and are laughing and giggling, and they spot you and they go, "Ah! Just in time. Perfect. Well, if we are ready, we can head on our way. How will you be defending us? Will you be riding in our carriage with us? Or I saw you have some horses. Will you be riding with us?"
Right outside on a horse.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I wouldn't mind spending it. I wouldn't mind hiding out on the cart. Might be more stable.
Yeah, there's a seat right next to Snappy, and you see the gingerbread man looks around with like he's 2D with a big top hat and goes, "Charmed."
Oh.
You see there's a
Alright.
seat. You can ride shotgun.
Horses, or are you riding like regular horses?
You've got regular horses. They've got 6 chocolate horses.
Oh.
I can't wait to. I can't believe we're going to Candyland.
Sweet. You make your way out of Drenton. You ride for the majority of the day, and eventually the civilization starts to fall, and you head more into thick trees and jungle almost.
Ross,
Yeah.
how long is this like cart trip? Would you say before anything starts?
So as you're riding through the material plane version, getting thicker and thicker trees, we're looking at a 3-day journey. We
perfect.
have about 3 days worth of downtime before hitting the border of the Feywild. Is there anything anybody wants to do during those 3 days? During the day, let me know. All I'm going to mechanically ask for is 3 wisdom saves from all of you. And I need you all to let me know who's keeping watch at night.
Tovar.
Well,
I'm gonna say.
So we'll
Ransom
work through.
is always
has
up.
the weapon of warning.
Yeah, we'll work through quickly in terms for downtime. Is there anything anybody wishes to do during the downtime, during the days?
Just hero stuff, training, exercising.
We see a montage of Nico just like punching. You're doing the you're doing like the punching rice thing to get like super strong. You got like calisthenics going. Practicing with your sword as well.
Just more conversations with Gar.
Gar seems to open up.
Okay, so first off, I kind of want to get some out of character, like above game, some
Sure.
clarifications on his deal with Twizzywink.
You can continue.
First off,
you can try and make that deal if you want.
Like the first off, the plan was on his end to make it like a random chance on like which lifetime was going to be used.
I think if you want to be discussing this with them over the 3 days, you can roll me 3 persuasion checks, and dependent on what the average works out as, if it is above a 15 average, then I will let you choose the memory that you lose, the lifetime. And if you roll on average below a 15, then we'll leave it up to chance.
That's low.
That's under. So we'll leave it up to chance. But if they want, you negotiate and they make an agreement to say if you wanted to sign away one of your many lifetimes of memories in exchange for a minor boon, they would be more than happy to do that, but would want to leave it in the hands of the gods.
Right. That works fine by me.
Okay.
Can I bless him before he has to roll for this, or like would that not help at all?
We're gonna say it's gonna be a random luck check.
Okay.
How many lifetimes does Tovar have?
Well, I was gonna hold off on this until the moment was coming, but like what I was trying to refer to is he has each person's memories. Like he has his first original life. He has everyone's lives that he pretty much picked up through like that mind meld and
Yeah.
the shattering. And then I guess he has like the life he has right now.
And I would say every time you've died and come back, which would be multiple times, I will say you have got 5 of your colleagues' lifetime memories. You have got, I would say, another 15 lifetimes that you've had when you've died, and that would be the sneaky lifetimes, and you'd actually lose like 3 months of your memory, but it was your lifetime during that process. But out of those 15, one of them is the lifetime you are living right now, so that would give you a 1 in 25 chance to potentially lose the memories that you're in right now.
Right.
Okay, if he rolls one of our lifetime memories, he only loses his memory of those lifetime of memories, right?
That was the plan.
So yeah, what we'll do is we'll roll a d25, which isn't a real roll, but that you can do it. And
Just checking to see if it works.
you just need to not get a 1. If you get between 20 and 25, it will be one of your friends' memories. If you get between a 10 and a 20, it will be one of your inconsequential memories of like a couple of months that you've been alive before being killed by some random event. If you roll under a 10, it will be a memory that is somewhat important to you, but still not like fully formed. But if you roll a 1, you will forget everything.
And do we know that he's bargaining our memories? Or is
Well, it
like
doesn't
all
matter
three?
that he's
It's-
bargaining our memories.
It's his
because
memory
it's
of
not
your
our
memories because
memories.
he's
It's
experienced.
It's his memories of your lifetimes he gained from the mind meld.
Yeah.
So he just won't remember what he learned in the mind
Made it
meld.
know my entire life.
Yeah. And
I specifically tried to like word and phrase it and design it in a way where it's not going to hurt anyone but him.
yeah. And then if you roll a 1, I would say you would lose all memory of the pre-shattering. I think that's the worst thing to remember, the worst thing to lose. So everything that happened before, and your only memory will begin falling out of the world into the shattering that you have now. That's the deal.
That works for me.
Go ahead and roll a d25.
Okay. How do I?
Just slash roll 1d25 in the bottom right of the
I'm
All right.
stressed.
This one's got a lot going on for it.
Jesus fuck.
Oh,
Seven.
thank Jesus.
A 7.
Mm.
You do this one evening as you're sitting around. It's with the lady Twizzywinks who signs this agreement, and she goes, "Oh, scandalous. Let me think." And you feel, as a 7 is low, but not too bad. You feel a memory go of a time when you were first, like, earlily resurrected with from the cult, and were sent on a research mission to learn as much as you could about warlock bonds and bonds with deities. So your basic and strong understanding that you have of your connection to Lovitar, or however you pronounce it, is you go from becoming an expert in that relationship to knowing you have something, but not fully understanding how the stuff works and needing to research it again. And in exchange for such delicious trickery on your end and memories for mine, I may grant you a boon, as we said. Would you want your boon now, or is there something maybe you wouldn't hold off on?
Well, I guess that depends on the type of boon it is.
I am an immortal magical being that invented one of the most beloved foods in the world, candy. I can do a lot of things. What do you want of me?
Alvar, ask for a lot of candy.
That I can do! And once again, as you've mentioned this as a joke, probably during the journey, suddenly she just goes, "Free the candy!" And it starts raining dime bars from the sky.
Bonks off this
Better not
stone
have been
Debbie's
my
head
boon.
as a fucking noise.
You'll take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the dime bars. They are delicious, though.
So wait, do I still?
That's not your boon. You have a boon.
Okay.
Yeah. You can think about it. Any other downtime during these 3 days?
I'm gonna ride up next to Mabel's horse on probably like the second day, and just start a conversation.
Charmed,
So,
what? Oh.
yeah. How long have you known this group?
Oh, like 4 days? Yeah,
And
that
where were
sounds
you
right.
before that? Because this is quite a strange group to stumble upon.
Oh, just like doing bard things.
You get much business since the shattering?
Business.
You're a bard, aren't you? I'm assuming you're performing.
Yeah, I do. I can tell really good jokes. Obviously, because I'm a bard.
I didn't know that was really a bad thing.
It is. Wouldn't expect it, but would you like to hear one? I'm gonna tell it to you anyways.
Of her being.
What do you call
Yes.
a sad berry? It's a
I don't know.
blueberry.
Oh,
Get it? It's blue. It's a berry. Blueberry.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you took the opportunity the shattering gave you to maybe make some people happier as opposed to sadder. It's a cruel world out there right now.
Yeah. That's really cruel. What did you do before you came here? And, it was terrifying.
I've always been terrified for quite a while, if I'm being quite frank with you. I just do as I'm told. Used to
Told
travel.
told by
Yeah.
who? Care to explain or
I don't think you'd like him too much. He's just an anonymous benefactor. I
oh,
couldn't tell you much about him. I don't know him really myself.
really? That's super interesting.
He saved me one day, and I'm paying back the debt. Hoping that whatever I can find on this journey he sent me will relieve me of my duties.
You're trying to find the egg, right?
That I am.
And you don't know why you're hunting for it?
I don't get the luxury of knowing why I'm hunting anymore. I just know what to hunt, where to go, and who to bring it to.
Listen, I don't want you to come on this trip under false pretenses, but when we find that egg, it's not going to you.
Luckily, or hopefully, I guess I should say, hopefully it won't even have to.
Ominous.
I'm not coming on this journey to fight with you or to undermine you in any way. I'm trying to make my intentions very clear. As far as I've been told, I have not been tasked to grab the egg or take it somewhere. Right now, I just know I need to find it.
Well, it's a lot has happened since the shattering and in these past couple days. I might be a little too trusting, but I hope we can be friends.
Friends is something I have not had in a long time. The last time I had friends, it didn't end particularly well for me. But sometimes, and let me be quite honest with you, fighting everyone that you come across because there's something in the back of your head that just says, do it, is exhausting. I'd be very happy if this relationship could be the opposite of that.
Yeah. And I think you'll find that we have a lot more in common than you might think.
Not ominous at all.
You
Oh,
hear
right
a
away.
you hear a whisper in your ear, Delphine. Keep her close. She should be useful, but you don't need friends, and you might have to kill that one.
Wait.
No, I don't need friends. Oh, Quam, you know better than anyone how that worked out for me last time.
Don't forget it.
I will
Trotting
say,
along happily.
Any other pieces of downtime?
Oric is just constantly keeping an eye on Delphine, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been trying to think of like what that boon should be.
You don't
But-
need to
What
make a
is this long
decision now.
rest?
Like, you can think about it, like, off table wise, you can think about it and come back, like, next time we play with an idea. Like, you're going to be traveling for a while. It's 3 days to get to the Feywild, etc. Like, if you wanted to think, you can definitely do that. Or you can make a decision. Either or is fine.
Honestly, I'm open for a suggestion.
Don't know.
Just gonna
You
suggest
should
more
probably do something
candy.
Feywild related, like immunity or something to another entity.
Protection
Maybe.
could be a really good one.
Yeah.
Knowledge
about the Feywild. Depends on what you want.
Rose,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
maybe
said
something involving intelligence then, yeah.
Can Ransom use his long rest to try and figure out the orb?
You can. So let's do the nighttime things. I'm gonna need everyone from the OG crew to roll me 3 wisdom saving throws. Auric, you're gonna do all 3 with disadvantage. And then you can give
there's
me
2 fails now.
You can give me an intelligence check, a
No.
ransom for the orb, and you can give me. You said we could work out every long rest. You can give me 3 intelligence checks.
Every time like we start getting ready for bed, Moors always takes out her little like lute and starts playing for you guys. She's like, I'm not particularly good, so this is more of an annoyance than anything else, but I like to play it. It's nice.
Okay.
Delphine also probably doesn't take off her mask at any point during the evening as she normally would, but she does stitch still on her skin when it's like resting time.
Well, that's 2 fails from me, so can I get like a... So, am I starting to get aware of it?
Yep. So, as you travel on, all of you, maybe it's the sheer amount of candy that you're eating, but your dreams are becoming more and more vivid. You're often being reminded or like going back and dreaming about family members or mistakes that you made and wish that you could have done a little bit better. None of you feel super different, but it definitely is like, maybe it's the road, maybe it's something else, but it's sleeping is not as fun as it used to be. Auric, you come back to that place every night, and for 2 of those nights, you managed to start exploring the burnt landscape, following the screams. You start to get a vision of a place that is made for misfortune. You hear screams and you hear fire, but you never quite catch where they're coming from, even if you feel like you walk for hours and hours in your dreams.
That first night, I do try to bring Gar with me, if that would make a difference.
The night I would say you try all 3 nights, and the 3rd night you manage to feel Gar's energy, and he appears next to you, looking around a little shocked. So this is a dream. Very new. I am me, but not me. You're you, but not you.
Don't think too hard about it. Kind of hurts if you do. The whole metaphysical thing.
Metaphysical. Yes.
Something to do with the astral. I don't know. I think my dad had a book about it somewhere, but not my strong suit.
Right. Why are we here?
I don't know. It keeps happening again and again, and nothing really seems to get better, only progressively worse.
That doesn't
There's the
sound
weird
good.
drums, and then there's the weird forest. I've been trying to explore the forest, and it's just not getting me anywhere. Do you feel anything?
I can help with that. And he grows to the size of a full-size dragon.
Oh my god.
You want to fly?
Yeah. I'll hop on. Yeah.
You hop on Gar's back, and what way do you take off?
through the forest.
What were the flaming area or the drum area?
The flame area.
You fly for a long, long time. You see tundras over, underneath you. You start seeing volcanoes. And for the first time, you start, after flying breakneck speeds for about 3, 4, 5 hours, God knows what time is in dreams, you start to see what looks like a civilization. You see empty houses. You see destroyed monuments to foreign gods that you've never seen before. Everything looks so old and weathered. And before you can get close, you snap and wake up.
None of the places or this whole area hasn't been like the whole Neverwinter Wood, has it?
You feel you leave the forest the further you go. When flying, you leave the woods, at least to the burnt area. If you haven't explored the drumming area, you don't know.
Okay. Every morning that Auric wakes up, he's gonna spend time to sort of take the cartography tools that he has and just sort of make an attempt to map out the places that he's been.
Very cool. One thing I will say, that fail that you took, you would take 1 point of exhaustion, but it was the second day, the bad fail, the 6. So you got it back the next day, so you're fine. But for that day, you were mechanically exhausted. Anything else from anybody else? Okay. 3 days goes past, and before you know it, the forests that were all so familiar to you start to fade. The greens become pinks and purples, and you start seeing strange new fauna and flora. You see, impossible flowers that look like fractals on fractals. You see when you're on the hunt for animals, you see what looks like a pig, but it is made entirely of eyes, and its hoofs, like trotters, are made of rose petals, and it's sort of powering about. You see a family of tiny little rabbit people in full clothing at the top, but nothing underneath, but running around. You spot little everywhere that you see, you spot these little sprites that sort of pop in and out of existence, and you spot them that seem to respond to your emotions. As you're talking and laughing about, memories that you're having, you start seeing more and more sprites popping around as you're talking. If you stub your toe and get hurt, suddenly you see darker red sprites spilling up around you. It's all incredibly alien, really. And as you travel, this is probably the 4th day when you finally reach a clearing where you set up your first camp in the Feywild. You see a clearing with these huge, enormous trees. Think redwood, but 4 times bigger, hundreds and hundreds of meters tall, hugely wide, leading open above the canopy, leaving one clear, bright, vibrant sort of pillar of light that you set up your camps in between 2 sort of large waters that, when you taste the water, tastes like pure, clear, filtered, the freshest water, it's being created from where water is made. You all set up your tents, and you see the Lord and Lady set up this very grandiose tent a little bit further away. And they go, "Welcome! I'm glad we made it this far. I must admit I am awfully tired, but if you want to make merry as you would tonight, feel free. But we'll be off to bed." And in the evening continues. You sit around the fire, you laugh, you tell stories, you drink, you eat. Is anyone going to do anything specific before you head to bed?
I take a bath in the water.
For sure. You can definitely, you jump into the water and you feel it is perfectly cool. It is not cold, it's not warm, it's like incredibly refreshing over your body. It like calms you down. And as you, there's like a small current in this one up here, almost like a lazy river, like it spins ever so slightly. And as you float, you start floating round and it almost drifts you off to sleep. It's so calming, like you're weightless in this water.
That's awesome.
I'll pop off another one of the, oh gosh, what is it? Divine Sense, just in case 60 feet around me will sense anything, and then I will walk around the perimeter of the camp just to make sure there isn't anything like stalking us.
What does Divine Sense show you?
Celestial, Fiend, Undead.
Shows you Celestial?
Fiend and Undead.
Same Fiend, same Undead as you've been getting every time you pop this off. You've been getting more of a Celestial vibe as you enter into the Feywild in general. Both the Lord and Lady do give off a very light Celestial vibe, as if they are long, lowered down, you know, in the family tree related to some sort of archfey or something. But as you come in, you notice a specific celestial, like that feels like a fey person or thing that you have felt before. That is it, like in the journey, you felt, you know, you've seen these weird fucking creatures bouncing around. They all have kind of unique things. You felt something in your journey, and you feel the same thing here.
Okay. Where is it kind of coming from? Like if I'm walking around the camp, at what point does it kind of pop off?
You feel it down this sort of area in the southeast. Southwest, sorry.
Okay, I will alert the group to that, and then you said the Twizzywinks went to bed?
They head to bed. It starts getting dark. Yeah.
I'm gonna approach their tent.
Shit.
This is the map world.
Lord.
You have seen this map before.
Yeah.
These two fought a hag in this map last time when they went to the Feywild.
Trauma.
I'm just
Drowning.
I'm quietly calling kind of into their tent for their attention real quick.
You see sort of disgruntled a little bit, but in full silken robes, the lady pops her head out. Yes, what can I do for you?
Your camping spot isn't quite safe, I don't think. You might want to move further north.
Nonsense. Look, we've got plenty of... you're going to be keeping watch again. Do we not pay you to look after us? Please.
I mean, yeah, sure. Just if you
Your
want to
funeral.
make it safer.
Very well, we will
All
take
right.
your... And they...
I'll just...
They like click their fingers and the tent grows legs and wanders up a little bit further up there, sets down. She looks at you and says, "Happy now?"
What?
Where exactly are you saying it's coming from again?
I point into the direction I sensed it. Down there.
Tower just sits
It's
down by
been-
the fire and just kind of stares off in that direction. Oh, I'll let you know if I see anything.
Well, we could go deal with it now, since we know where it is.
As you say that, It
Hang on. Can I
It-
cast Bless?
Yeah, you can cast
Okay.
it, but as you say that, you feel the disappear out of your 60-foot range.
Okay.
Some
Just in
things
case,
might be best
I
to.
blessed Tovar. Hang on. I can't
Ransom
include
has the
me, can
short
I?
bow of warning.
You can bless yourself, yeah.
Okay, me, Tovar, and we'll do Orc since we were on the front lines kind of a little bit. And then I'll alert everyone. It's
want your
moving
blessing.
away. Listen,
Because-
Buckaroo.
As
I'm
long
trying
as-
to help right now.
No.
As long as
It's there.
everyone's within 30 feet of Ransom, we can't be surprised.
So
And
yeah,
we're woken up from sleep.
yeah. So it's becoming nighttime. Everything looks relatively safe. Although you are a little bit more on edge. Is anyone going to bed tonight? Is anyone staying watch? What's
I
the
look at
plan?
I'll stay
Delphine.
watch.
Yeah. Do you
Tovar
think
is ever
it's
going to
safe
kind of sit
to
out for the night.
go to
do
bed?
his-
Well, I think it's worse if we're exhausted tomorrow, to be quite honest. If
Yeah,
we've got
because
that
Some things are
alert.
best left unprovoked,
We can do
Yeah.
shift. You know that, right?
especially out here.
I think that not everybody should stay awake. I personally do not feel quite so comfortable going to sleep, however.
To
You don't
Ransom's
need to
we
worry
will
about
all
point.
me.
get awoken by the short
Yeah.
bow.
Genuinely do not need to sleep. I can pretty much watch in that direction all night if needed.
To Ransom's point as well, if you are being attacked, the weapon of warding will magically awaken any allies within 30 foot. And if you're all sleeping in that area,
There's
would all be
that
awoken.
keyword, allies.
Oh boy.
Um,
Well, who is considered an ally to Ransom? Be
To
honest.
Ransom,
probably not
everyone
Delphine.
except Delphine
Mm-hmm.
and the two, like, Lord and Lady Twizzy Wings.
Well, I do
yes,
that.
Lord and Lady Twizzywinks. I don't understand
So-
what's so funny about Lord and Lady Twizzywinks.
Tovar, Moore's Mabel,
I'm glad I'm considered
Nico,
an
and
ally.
Auric, and Gar. Gar would also be magically awoken if he was around.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go to sleep. I leave this all up to you guys.
So or just sits down at the fireplace.
I'll stay up for as long as I physically can before I have to take a long rest to not be exhausted.
Okay. So I'm gonna, for intents and purposes, I'm gonna put Ransom here. So you are there, which means you're within that rate. Meryl, you're here. Nico and Auric, where are you going? Are you going to bed?
That was a refreshing bath. So are we doing shifts at all, or I guess we're just gonna say screw that?
You can do shifts.
Well, it
Between
doesn't feel like
Tovar
an
and
health
Ransom,
to
we're
do shifts.
pretty covered in terms of making sure we don't get snuck up on at night.
I'd like at least 2 people at all times.
Or will leave, just like get to the edge of the campfire light, and just kind of look into the darkness to see if he and Gar see anything.
You can give me a perception check, and I'm not going to take your passive for this because it's dark, it's difficult, and you're actively looking for something.
Can Gar help me?
Yes.
Oh, 8.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Roll a 1.
I did roll a 1 on the second one. I rolled an 18 on the other one.
Okay, give me a second. What were you going to say?
This music is not vibable.
I think it's quite vibey.
I can't even roll high enough for this.
Or will
As
pull out his bow, though, by the way, just in case.
Yeah, I feel like Delphine has a weapon out.
Oh, there's music. I didn't even hear it till
Yeah,
now.
you got to turn it
Oh.
up.
Yeah.
As you look out, people start heading to bed. Auric, you keep watch for an extra 20, 30 minutes because you hear some rustling. And suddenly, ever so quietly, out of the shadows, you spot something that looks almost feline. And just over here, you spot a shadow, like imperceptible to normal people, a shadow of a cat and a humanoid-looking figure standing over. Before you can say anything, we're going to end our session. God damn you,
Always
perceptive.
cliffhanger.
These aren't
little-
druids, are they?
Huh?
This
Blow up
isn't
that
a
token
druid,
so we
is
can
it?
see that creepy lady a little bit better.
You zoom in and you can see they're little shadow things.
Wait,
Little
Auric,
shadow things?
what's your dark
Oh,
vision distance?
Jesus.
Yeah,
Silverhorn
that's
does have
why I
like
walked to the edge of
what is it, like 120 feet dark vision? So
only 60 feet. But if we've been 30 minutes, Oric would be kind of
Yeah, I
tempted.
was assuming
Yeah.
you sort of like give a once over on the perimeter. That's why I wanted you to roll. I wouldn't let you just like see. But a 28 will get you there.
Oric's like right here. Oric's right
I'd say like sort of here across the
There.
water. Yeah.
there. That's 60 feet.
Cool. Well, who knows? Maybe they're friendly. But
Knowing you? No.
But thank you very much for playing, everybody, and I'm sure we'll see each other again in another couple of weeks.
Yeah.